My name.
And we are recording. 3, 2, 1, go. Ivan, how's it? Well, I would just like
Welcome
to.
to Before You Know It. This
Yeah,
is what episode 4
episode 4. Thank you guys for coming back to watch us. We didn't post this Wednesday,
or last Wednesday.
or yeah, the last Wednesday, just because well, let me. So I remember waking up early on that Sunday, and so I remember I called you, and then you woke up like very, very groggy, right?
Yeah.
And like
No,
you.
no, no, no. That was the Monday. That was the Monday you called me. Because
Oh, we didn't record on this
we didn't.
Sunday.
Okay, so we didn't record on the Sunday because
Yeah,
um we both were having Okay, so the last 2 weeks
yeah.
we've been having internet problems on both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah.
Actually, like not just us, like a bunch of people.
Hmm.
So like we decided maybe we'll just push it to the next day.
Yeah.
But then on the one like Jay called me, like that day,
Hmm.
my Wi-Fi completely blacked out for like four
That time.
hours, 6 hours,
Yeah.
maybe the entire day,
Hmm.
up until maybe 7.
Yeah.
So we couldn't record, and like when I got home, like I was still like lagging.
Where did you go?
I went out to John's house. Like there's my only option to do my class first of all, because I have class on Mondays. Um, so I just like took over one of the rooms and then so worked there, did my class there.
I
Uh,
totally. Yeah. Wait. So I called you in the morning, and then yeah, you went to John's house. Oh, I also yeah, I remember. I was there.
yeah, you also came by because you had to pick up your stuff, right?
That was such a that was such a weird feeling being there.
Yeah,
Just because I don't think I've been there in 3 months, right? I don't think. Well, I don't
yeah.
know if you have, but I haven't been there in 3 months, and it was just
Well,
such a weird.
I had no choice. I had no choice but to go there
You just needed
because
the
like
Wi-Fi.
I needed internet, and like they're like my go-tos if my place dies.
Yeah.
So if that makes sense. They're like my go-to.
Hmm.
If I have no food, they're probably my and like I have no money either. They're my go-tos as well, yo.
If I remember correctly, we went home, right? We wanted to record it right away if you got home, because like I think
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
you checked if you wanted. No, you checked if there was Wi-Fi. You had to like call someone or something.
Oh no, I called my brother and he said, "Yeah, internet's good." And when I got home, I did the speed test. My download speed was like 136
Mm-hmm.
with like a 10 upload speed, which is
Mm-hmm.
like kind of whack.
Yeah.
But like I was still lagging, and then
Yeah.
like I would be cutting off on Discord, so that we just decided not to.
I'm
I'm
pretty.
pretty sure we were exhausted too. Like
Yes, that's one of the points too. I was like, you know what? I want to record this today because like to you and me, like I wanted to keep our standard of like having one episode per week, right? Like
mm,
that's not too much to ask us. But like if it's in God's hands, if the internet's in God's hands, like we can't really do anything, right?
yeah. Like I think that's the problem right now with like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything can run so smoothly if unless like the only thing that can mess us up is our internet.
Yeah.
And like I just bought an Ethernet cable. Well, I bought a 10-foot, but then I realized that's too short,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm returning it. And I bought a 50-foot cable, just the router from my brother's room, which is next door,
Mm-hmm.
to my room.
Is the router in your brother's room?
Yeah, the router's in my brother's room, and it's
Yeah.
like we're only separated by a window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like if people don't know, my room is not really a room. It's an old balcony that's closed off by one, two, three, 4 or 5 windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't have walls. I have just a bunch of curtains around my room.
We were the same company, right? And thank God this week I switched. It was
Yeah,
it was such a.
dude,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like so jealous because like your download and upload speed is insane. Like you can podcast and
And
stream
stream at
so
the same
easily.
time. Like I didn't know. So apparently, when my mom was talking to like the technician and all that, I didn't know that we had this problem like for a year now.
Really?
I didn't know that. I only started experiencing it I think around September and all that. And I
Maybe because
thought
you're taking all the bandwidth, dude.
I think no, I think that's what it is, and also I think just because I like whenever I thought it was just normal because it was on Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So But anyways, yeah, this week's been crazy. There's snow going on outside.
Like right now during
Yeah,
the recording.
and I
I
don't
I'm
know.
not gonna lie. I feel like this last 2 weeks has just been hectic. Like in terms of school,
Hmm.
on my end, it's been busy because I'm prepping. So right now we're on a break. Like my school, like UBC, John, like majority of like the major colleges and universities here in BC, they're on reading break, which is like a 1 week break from school. And like the week before reading break was so busy just because my profs were telling us about our midterms, our papers, and our projects that are at the end of the month.
So there's
So I'm like,
not. It's not really a break. You're just.
it's not really a break. It's more like a time for me to catch up on my notes or like, you
Mhm,
know, like I have every day scheduled right, like starting Monday to Friday to get things done.
mhm.
Yeah, uh, just exhausting. But I know you've been doing well in school though.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very happy on what my grades have been in this course, just because it was such a, it was such a, I don't know what is it. It's like diving to something that I don't know what the phrase is, or I don't know what the phrase is, but it's like going to unknown waters, you know. And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation before where like um you've not like you're just, yeah, like I said, you're in unknown water. So I don't think you've ever been in that situation. I don't know if you have you, but that's
What?
that's that's how that's how it felt. Like it was really scary at the beginning, but now um I think the reason why I had like fear getting into this course is just because, back in high school, I would like, this has already been said before, but like back in high school, I wasn't really putting enough effort into like studies, right? So now that I now I see what like the keys are and what I should have done in high school. It's like just focus. Like don't really, like, if you want to get it done, just focus and like put the effort in, and it shows. You know, it shows in my marks, and I'm just happy where I am right now, and I'm just excited because there's like 4 weeks left, I think, in this course. But I go back in September.
4 weeks. Oh,
Yeah.
I wish. I wish I had 4 weeks left.
But yeah, other than that, like the last 2 weeks, I don't wanna, that's just in my perspective. But like that's why I don't like really like talking about this stuff, because I know like other people are having like, people are having worse than I have.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know if I told you the story. I don't think I have, right? So usually I go to the gym around around 6 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And usually there's, for some unknown reason, there's always like a ritual, or not a ritual, like a routine that I do. So where my gym is, there's always like a Walmart right next to it.
Yeah.
Right after the gym, I always just walk in there just to see if I really need anything. But like for some reason this time it was so different. So I walked in, right? And then all of a sudden, like I hear like some loud yelling, right?
Mhm.
So I was looking around, like, where the hell is this coming from? And it was like, I think it was like this manager, or like this and this cashier going at it, right? So it was the cashier trying to help out a customer, and then there was this manager who was just like literally chewing him out in front of everyone. And it was like 7 in the morning, right? I was like, where is this coming from? And then I looked at the guy, and he was like, he was Filipino, no doubt.
Yeah.
And that was just so weird to me, because one thing, he was Filipino. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like to in my eyes, like I feel like whenever I go to Philippines or like meet a Filipino, like they're very welcoming and warm.
Yeah.
So that was such a weird experience. And second thing, um, I knew the kid who was in the cashier.
From from school?
Yeah, from college. So here I was. So I was in second year in college, right? This guy was the first year in my program. To my knowledge, he wasn't like, like really the top. Like he was. Like he was like lingering in the bottom. Like he wasn't really like top of his game in school.
Yeah.
I don't think that the manager knew, but like that was his situation. But I don't think it was like I don't think it's fair like to do that to someone like because like it was like dead in Walmart, right? So literally like the noise was just coming from one section, and then like every other every other employee was literally just like staring. And the weird thing was or like the most disgusting part was like this guy, the manager, literally just went up to every other employee and just say how stupid the guy was. Like you know what I mean?
How?
Like
That's so rude. What the heck?
I don't think in my experience, like I think so I've worked in like what? Um in my I think not including like volunteer stuff and like community service stuff, but I think I've worked in like three retail, what do you call it? Retail shops? Retail, just retail.
Retail, like just retail stores, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever actually seen that other than like let's say like a drama show or like a movie.
Getting chewed out, like
Getting chewed out like like I would expect that like probably in the back room or like
yeah, like I
somewhere.
mean, I don't think doing it in public is just like so.
Dude, it was literally right when Walmart opened. I was like, what is like oh maybe I'm just like playing. No, I think I'm no, I'm pretty I am saying what I saw. It's just that I don't want to make it sound like it's like over drastic, like he was like trying to like eat him alive. But like that's what I saw. Like he was literally chewing him out, like calling him like a dumbass and all that. I was what did the guy do, man? Like, but yeah, I've worked in three retail stores, and I don't think
Was it like wait, sorry. Was it like the guy like an older person?
no,
Like
the
the
guy,
manager?
the manager, he was like I'm pretty sure he was like in his late 40s, short. I don't want to describe him because but he was late 40s. No, I definitely knew he was Filipino because he walked up to another Filipino and like spoke the language, but I don't think like we're warm people, man. Like I don't like even like if I was the manager, I wouldn't really chew anyone out like that. I guess
Yeah.
unless I was in that unless the guy really did something like terrible, but
I mean, what can you do at 7 in the morning that's that bad? Like,
yeah,
I
and
really don't understand.
yeah, I don't
Unless it's like, okay, yeah, like maybe if he's stealing like money, but like,
too
dude, it's
much.
7 in the
In
morning.
my view, all I saw was like he was scanning like fruits and vegetables. So I don't know how you can mess up with that. Like,
Isn't there like a weight or whatever that you have to,
yeah.
yeah, you have to weigh it or something like that.
But I don't know. So in the retail stores, the three retail stores I've been at, I've never had that. Um, I actually no, I don't. Wait, no. I've seen no, actually, not to me personally, but I've seen it be done to some other people. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never been like chewed out.
Where
Like
was where
I've gotten in trouble before
where was the
for
first
like,
place you worked?
I mean, I've only had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I don't count like my volunteer places.
Hmm.
My first job was A&W. Like, it's not really retail. It's like fast food, but like I never really got in trouble there. Like, if anything, they asked me to do more work, and I just said yeah. Like,
Hmm.
it's my place. It's just a job. But like, I got like where I work now. Probably when I first started, that's when I was getting chewed out. Cause
Really in champs?
yeah, like my old manager, I would get in trouble, but with my old manager.
Hmm.
Um, just cause like maybe cause I talked a lot. I do talk a lot when I'm at work. Cause it's like it's such a friendly environment. Like everyone's like so tight, right? Like I think yeah, I like got in trouble for like talking like
In
too much.
in your defense, was it dead?
Yeah, like I can like sometimes I feel like I can't even say anything. Like I can't even like like if I like make a joke really quick with my coworker, I can't even say that.
Mm-hmm.
but like it wasn't like to the point where like she was like screaming at me. Like like other people got in trouble. That's for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
That is like a given. Like I was never on the receiving end of someone, or maybe I don't quite remember, but I know she didn't give me like shifts for like the last 3 months
Whoa, wait, are you talking
of
about
like
recently?
no, of like 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I was able to work maybe once or twice a week. Like it was either yeah, I wasn't able to work. I was only able to work once or twice because of school.
Mm-hmm.
So then obviously I didn't work at all. Like even now I'm not working because of school, but it's like those it's a two different situations. I think at the time she really did not like me. I think
Man, to all those people you talk, because to my knowledge, like I know you have really good friends from Champs, right?
yeah, like we play like video games together and everything
Like you actually hang out
from
with
time
them,
to time.
dude. I don't know what it is, but I don't think I've actually ever. No, 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 no. I don't. Maybe I've gotten close, like to my coworkers, but I don't think I've actually ever hung out with them outside of work or like interacted them with outside of work. How is it so easy
Really?
for you? Yeah, I don't know.
Mm, I mean like with my place it's
It's not boomers.
like everyone's like really close in age. It's maybe
Hmm.
like a 1 or 2 year gap.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Other than like management,
Hmm.
but like managements are what like maybe 3 or 4 years older than most of us.
Really, I didn't know
Like
that.
that's like not even a big difference.
Hmm.
Like one of my managers is like old managers who just transferred is like a year younger than me, and one of
Wait, a
them,
manager is a year younger than
yeah,
you?
yeah, he's a store manager and he's a year younger than me. And then there's another one who's a year older than me and is a manager as well. So like
Hmm.
it's pretty tight and like it's not like they're gonna like scream at us for not for doing something wrong.
People are just chill, man.
Yeah, like I say the job, like I say champs and like Foot Locker are like really chill jobs. Like you can walk in there, like have a conversation with the guys and
Hmm.
like you be chill.
Whenever I
Like
go to Foot Locker, no, I don't. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say I feel intimidated. I feel like no, I don't know what I'm saying. But whenever I go in there, there's always like a vibe. Like there's like a clicky vibe, like the
oh,
coworkers.
there is a clicky vibe for
Yeah.
sure. Like it's like 100%,
Hmm.
100%. So
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure all locations like have like all hang out outside of
Oh, you know
their
what?
stores.
Wait, let me start with my first, because like you said, in age, man, it was so rough. And so my first job, it was an urban barn. It was like a retail. No, it was a furniture store. The backstory to that is just because so when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot of houses and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. And my parents like were like saying like, you're really good at this. Maybe you should like maybe like have architecture in your field, right? And like I never really wanted to do that just because um I knew there was like, like everything, there's like a lot of math in it, and dude, like bonehead like here, but
yeah,
so I tried to narrow it down till grade like 10, and I wanted to do interior design, right? And before like joining a course for interior design, I wanted to like see on how, or I think I joined like this work experience course in high school.
yeah,
And so like, I wanted to get some experience with like how to like set a room and all that interior design kind of shit. And so I got workplace in Urban Barn. I wasn't get I think I was there for like 3 months until they hired me. So like trying to get
yeah.
to know the people and all that stuff and like see how I don't think I really ever learned anything in how to set a room or like, dude, to be honest with you, I don't even know what, like, well, I know what interior designing is, but like I don't think I really learned anything that much other than like what's sold the most in the store, and
Oh, so
like,
it's like just like stuff in the store.
yeah, stuff in the store. So like nothing really. No, and when I got hired, I was like literally stock boy. Like I was a stock boy, dude. Oh my god. So wait, yeah. So I was a stock boy. What was I gonna say? There was something I wanted to say about this store. Uh, Oh yes, dude. Everyone. So I was like, I think I was around 16 or 17. I was the only 16 or 17 in that entire store.
Oh my god.
Everyone was 30 or over. So let me paint this picture, right? You're 16 or 17, trying to figure out what your future is gonna be like, right? And then I'm like talking to these guys, like in their lunch or whenever it's dead, and like they're talking about how they're gonna be like they're. I was asking them like, what did you want to do like after a year and all this stuff, like just conversations like that. And
Yeah.
they're saying like, yeah, I'll probably work here for another 4 years. I'm like, 4 years, try to sell some more, or like trying to move up in the company. I was like, or no, not move up in the company, like trying to find another job like that, like like selling like furniture.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but back then, because I guess I wanted something bigger, right? I didn't want to be in that store. To me back then, like listening to that was just so depressing. Thinking that you're gonna be in the same like situation as you are the year before, like to me that's like scary. Like let's say okay, let me put it in perspective. Let's say if you and me were the same person as we were last year, dude, I wouldn't be happy with myself that I didn't grow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
understand what you mean,
Yeah.
man.
So it's like if these guys are in their 30s, man, like bro, I better start doing something with my life so I won't end up like this, man. I don't know, you know what I mean? But yeah, oh, I don't think I ever told you this, right? But okay, people say I got laid off to make it sound better, but like, dude, I got fired, bro.
Oh, you
Like,
got fired?
okay, maybe
I thought you quit.
it does sound worse than it is, but okay, I don't, dude, saying fired just sounds so depressing. I got laid off, okay? So, dude, I remember the day too, man. Oh, dude, it was so bad. So, so I was the only stock bar, right? So,
Yeah.
and I only get shifts there like probably 3 days a week. I don't remember really. I think it was 2 days a week.
Hmm.
And in those 3 days, the trucks come in. I was only one, right? No one else is gonna help me in the store. Everyone else was salesman,
Hmm.
right? What happened? Did something move?
Yeah, something moved.
Yeah. So I was only one. Um, and everyone else was salesman. When the trucks come in, there's like 16 pallets, right?
Yeah.
I was just like lamps, like blah 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 blah. I'm only one person. I only have 4 hours in this shift, dog. Like they expect me to finish it. Like so I think it was like because I was just still in school, so I think it was like 6 to like 9. I was like, dude, this is so like I just want to go home and like game and stuff. But like so because I remember those are the days too, like when Black Ops was like such a big thing. Anyways,
Oh
anyways,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
anyways, anyways. So like leading up to like getting fired, right? Um, I'm the only stock boy. Everyone else was salesman. No one's gonna help me. I'm the only one. 16 pallets. They expect me to finish it, but my shift's done. I never got it. I never finished. I think I only finished like 2 pallets out of the 16. Well, it wasn't 16. Probably like 6 or like 8. Like just imagine. So like it was like it's as big as this, right? Like as tall as that, and just boxes like filled with shit. Like you have to open boxes, take the styrofoam, vases, all that stuff. I think they let it happen. Like they let it happen where I didn't finish pallets for like 3 months till they laid me off, right? It was the
Oh my.
it was the funniest thing. Like I can't imagine like you had to keep me for that long to like till you realize that I was just doing like a bad job of like what I was doing, right? Anyways, let's get to the day of the day of where I got laid off, right? Or fired. It was like right after school. Um it was I think I got there at 4. It was like 4 to 9. I got there, right? So I noticed all the pallets already in the store.
Yeah.
And then someone else was working on the pallets. Or no, someone else was working on the pallets. It was like all the other salespersons, right? I walk in. So I go into the break room. And then like my manager said stop. And then like the manager and the assistant manager brought me outside into like you know where the village is, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
village.
like right next to the like Cactus Club, there was like a bench there. They sat me for like 20 minutes, like literally like beating around the bush, dude. I was like, I think I was like 16 or 17, but like they were like beating around the bush on like they're gonna fire me, right? Like, just like all these weird like sayings. Like I think they lied to me too, like there's too much personnel in the store. Like they said that. There's like too much personnel in the store, like we can't like not enough money around. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? You guys made so much money like in the last couple of months selling
Yeah.
couches, yo. So um anyways, blah blah blah. They said, yeah, we have to let you go. For some reason, dude, I didn't so at first for like 5 minutes I felt so like hurt. But like when I
Mm.
when I took the bus home, um it was the greatest
Oh
feeling.
my god.
So it was like an hour bus ride, right? So in that hour bus ride, I was having the best feeling of my life. But when I hopped out of the bus, I didn't realize how am I supposed to tell this to my parents. Like well, to be honest with you, I think to be honest with you, I think they were happy. Like they didn't really react that much on how much on I got laid off. Cause I think I said I got laid off, but they're like, "Yeah, you got fired." Like it was like that. It was like
I
that.
swear I thought you quit that job.
Did I
Like I
tell
thought
you
you
that? Did
quit.
I say? Did I say that
I
I quit
think you
that?
said I think you said yeah, I quit.
I think back then I was just very insecure about like saying I got fired. But now, dude, I'm so happy I got out of that job. Like, dude, oh, if I
If you stayed there, oh my gosh,
the
I don't nah.
it did it
That would have
was
been like the worst. You
because
never liked it anyways, I think.
no, I don't think I ever liked it. Just because the hours were so garbage, man. Like it felt like I was like a football player in my school just because they had to stay after school and like
Mm.
practice and stuff. But me, like right after school, I literally had to because like they wanted me to be there from 4 to 9, and um like like right after school, I have to rush to the bus stop just to catch it, and usually after 3 p.m.
Everyone's leaving,
It's
right?
like it's like traffic too. It's just oh, dude, thank God. But yeah, I don't think yeah. What made you quit or what made you leave A&W?
Oh, I just got bored of it. Like,
I went through this whole story, and then you're like, yeah,
I mean, okay, like,
yeah.
so I started that job in like grade 11, I think 2016. I started that, or 2015, like late 2015, early 2016. I had that job for like 2 years up until 2017 or like 18 or whatever.
Mhm.
The reason why I got that job is because my brother, my kuibai, he used to work at the A&W like way, like long before like I was able to work.
Was the same managers there? No, right?
Yeah, the same managers, the same people
Wait,
that he worked with.
wow.
So that's like what, maybe 6 years since like my brother last worked there before I started.
Sorry,
Maybe around that.
I'm pretty sure Jeremy's sister and your sister used to work there too, right?
I'm not too sure about Jeremy's, but my sister used to work there too.
Damn, such a lineage in A&W.
Yeah, so, and it's like the location like near Phibbs Exchange and
Mm-hmm.
everything in North Van. So I would have to like I agreed with like the manager because they know me, right? They're like, oh yeah, if you can make it to work by like maybe 4 or 4:30, like you can work here from school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd work from like 4:30 to 9:30, and like shifts were like really easy. Like they weren't too bad. They would have like one rush hour within that time, which is like dinner service, and I'd be working like cash or like register and drive through at the same time. So what would happen is I would have the secondary headset while the main person had like there's like two cashiers. There's the manager who has the main headset who works on drive through and who works like drive through or something like that. And like does other things like cash. They're like they do everything. That's what I'll say. And then there's me and then there's a bunch of cooks, like maybe two or three cooks. So I would have to when the manager's busy, I would have to cook. I would have to take register and do drive through at the same time if there's like no one in the store. But if there's someone in the store, I'd still have to do it anyways. And like I remember it was so tough for me to get like used to it because It's like multitasking, right?
Hmm.
And like if your battery dies, you're done. Like you're done.
What
Like
do you mean your
on your
battery dies?
headset, we have
What?
a headset, right?
Yeah.
Like we have a little controller too. And if your headset and controller dies, you have to like run and get a new one, right?
Hmm.
So I'd have to like run and get a new one, and sometimes like these things would fall and break. Like I swear, I probably broke one. I broke one of those controllers. Like you know how like I broke um those headsets from freaking
The Philippines. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
airplane. Like they're like really flimsy.
yeah. Hmm.
I swear I broke maybe like one or like two or three of those. Like because they're so flimsy, and I was just like trying to stretch it out for my head,
Yeah.
and like I remember like every shift I'd be like sticky and sweaty.
Mm.
Like just because it's like it's so hot. Our uniforms do not feel comfortable at all. I
Wow.
remember I was wearing my black Levi's jeans for 2 years
The skinny
because
ones.
they didn't give me pants.
Wow, they're supposed to give you full uniform, but they never
They're
give it
supposed
to
to
you.
give me pants, right? But then they never gave it to me.
Oh.
They gave it to me up until I resigned.
Yeah, yeah,
So when I said, "Oh yeah, like I'm kind of done, like I'm gonna move on." Like no hard feelings or anything. They gave me pants. I'm like, "What?"
yeah. But that same. Did I tell you the story on what happened? Like when I was in that A&W and I did the survey.
Oh yeah, yeah. You tell me that story every time. You said you put a no or whatever, or like
Yeah,
you said it was bad service, and then
dude.
or my manager got mad at you or something like
It
that.
was the funniest thing. So there was these two. I'm pretty sure they were like somewhere from like Asia, but to me, I think they were Koreans. There were two of them, right? So there was a cashier and like the prep. I don't know who like. So there was like a survey thing in the corner, right? And it was like right after mass. So like usually my family likes to go like breakfast and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There was like a survey thing, a survey like an A&W survey in the corner, and they're prepping our food. I didn't get my food yet. They didn't give us a like they didn't give us anything. So there was like a section where it asked like how's your food? Was it warm? And then like how's the service? And I literally said like cold. Service was like bad. Everything was bad, right? And then uh all of a sudden like I noticed like the cashier and like the prep like they were like they're like speeding up their process and like trying to make it look like they're doing a lot of work. And then the guy came up to me, he's like, yeah, don't like make sure like to do the survey after you go blah 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 blah. I was like, dude, shut up. Like no, well, obviously I was in the wrong. I literally, dude, it was like what, like 9 in the morning. So my mom saw the conversation with me, the cashier. My mom was like, whoa, what, like why are you talking about stuff like that? And then like I told my mom what I did. And and obviously it ruined her breakfast too. I ruined everyone's day basically in
Yeah.
that AW. I felt so bad because I didn't really know like I didn't I didn't. Is there cameras in that AW? Did they really check after the service?
Not really, no.
Oh.
We have a counter like how many people said this, like who
Oh.
like you're probably like the only person on that day who said like extremely bad results.
I felt so bad after because no, I think one of them said like now I think the cameras are gonna watch us or something like that. I was like, I felt really bad. That
Oh,
was
dude, the
terrible.
A&W was like the closest one to the head office.
Oh my
So
goodness.
like all these people in suits, we could always tell like people who
Yeah.
work there. We could tell who was like from head office,
Hmm.
and they're always testing like new containers and like products
What's
and
new
stuff
containers?
like that. Like new like chicken, because like A&W sells chicken, like buckets of chicken. They would like
Buckets
test
of
out like
chicken?
containers. Yeah, they do. I don't know if they still sell chicken,
Hmm.
but at the time when they were selling chicken, at that location, they would like ask for like a bucket. No, they would ask for like they'd order like what 10 pieces, which takes maybe 10 minutes to cook because we like to cook it fresh. And then they'd put it into the bucket, close it up, wait maybe 5 or 10 minutes, take out the contents by throwing out all the chicken and testing if there's oil stains all over the thing, and then throw the bucket away if it doesn't work.
Wait. So they would test.
They'll test out the buckets, like the buckets of chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the buckets that they put the chicken in.
If there's oil
and
in it?
they'd ask us to cook it and to see if like, oh, does like the oil bleed through the
Oh,
bucket, and then they wouldn't even eat the chicken. They would throw it out.
that's such a waste.
And yeah, exactly. And like the majority of the staff there are like
Yeah,
Filipino.
yeah.
So we get like so pissed, be like, it's like it takes us so long to cook. It's so hard to
Wow.
like fix on like the register sometimes if we
Hmm.
make a mistake, and
Wait,
like they're just throwing out the chicken like
but
that.
like, wait, why would they have to test if there's like grease on the thing? Like, wouldn't that just be?
No, but like if the grease like goes through the bucket
Is
or
that a
like goes
bad
through
thing?
the container, like yeah, I mean like say if you're driving home and it takes me 20 minutes to get home, you don't want grease on your car,
Oh,
right? Like
I see what you mean.
or you don't
Okay.
want grease on your hands if you're holding on to it.
Is there any other weird standards there?
No, that's really like that's the only thing that really bothered me about the place. Best thing
Oh,
though,
cause you don't like wasting food. You hate me when I waste.
like when you don't eat your chicken, like your chicken wings or your like your pizza all the way, I get so pissed.
Yeah, you were gonna say something. Go ahead.
No, but like the best thing is that like if you knew how to cook for yourself and you knew how to do the register, you you could get free food. That was kind of like the policy or like the thing you could do.
Ah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's what we all did at work, right?
Yeah.
Like all the old like all the veterans, all the young people.
Yeah.
We would always like, oh yeah, just make like I was like, oh, I'm going on a break. And they're like, oh, what are you gonna make, Ivan, today? I'm
Ooh.
like, oh, I'm just gonna make my custom burger. I'd always just grab like a patty and like put like a bunch of
Yeah.
veggies, a bunch of like sauces and everything, and I just take it downstairs.
Mhm.
Like they probably asked me to pay maybe once, just
Mhm.
for like an audit, but like they've never
Man, you're
ever
gonna
asked
get a
me to
lot of
pay.
people in trouble.
No, but like that's at my location. Like obviously, like for those who work at A&W, they have to do it at their location.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
duh.
But oh, I didn't. Those are some weird. Well, why would they waste that? They wouldn't even eat it. That's
Yeah,
so
like
weird to me.
sometimes we like look and like why is this funny? We like people from the kitchen and like us like when it's dead like we know they're just gonna throw it away.
Hmm.
So like we make it like, we put, if anything we give them like the old chicken.
Oh, spit it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to do? Okay, here. I want. I feel like this is.
Remember, I don't know if you were there,
Yeah.
but I gave someone like free fries. Like a free box of like you know those like boxes like the large boxes of fries
Yeah.
at A&W.
Okay.
You can order those like a large box of yam fries, just yam fries
That was
alone.
me.
Oh yeah, I gave it to someone for free.
Why?
No, I gave it to either you or Jeremy for free. I
It
think it
was
was you.
so. Okay, hold on. I really want to get to this before. But are you wait? What grade did you work there?
I think grade 10 to 12.
Because okay, if it's 12, because I remember, dude. Oh man, I'm so pathetic. Because like I offered to drive you home. Can you imagine? Just so I
Hmm.
can get free yam fries, dude.
Oh yeah,
But
but to be
no.
fair, the yam fries are pretty bomb there. I'm not
Oh no,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah. No, I was just trying to remember like what the timeline was because I don't remember if I had my car when you were in grade 12. So, but
No, no,
anyway,
no. You had your car.
but
You
anyways,
had yours.
I
100%.
feel like it wouldn't be right if we didn't have a conversation of if you had a Karen story or not.
Oh,
In
100%.
in either story, give me your best one, dude. Because I don't know if I have a really good one, but I've had some experiences with some weird ones. Yeah.
I don't. Okay, there was like the weird. Okay, I'll give you the weirdest story first. The weirdest story I've had is like I had a maybe
Where? Which one?
a
Which the?
at A&W. It was a 4:30 to an 11 shift.
Hmm.
They asked me to stay an extra 2 hours before overnight came. I remember it was like maybe around 10:30 or 10, and then it was like, oh yeah, this is when I couldn't drive, so they offered to drive me home that night,
Okay.
like in the like BMWs and stuff.
Wait.
Yeah, like my managers would be like, yo, Ivan, I'll just drive you in my BMW home because they
Yeah.
lived across the bridge as well.
Hmm.
And then this like lady comes in, like I can tell she's like on something, like it's like it's kind of like a sketchy area. And I remember like the first thing she says to me is like, I'm like, hi, welcome to NW. Like, how can I help you out today? That's what I say to her, and she was like, well, I would like a McChicken, please, and
Oh man.
some large fries. And can I also get some McNuggets? I'm like, this is A&W. Yeah, exactly. I want some
Oh
McChickens
my.
and McNuggets. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I didn't know what else to say. I'm like, this is A&W. We don't. Do you want like a chubby chicken burger? And she's like, no, I want a McChicken. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go across the street because that's where McDonald's is. And she's like, this isn't McDonald's. And she like walked out without saying anything. I'm like, okay,
I
okay.
was just so embarrassed. How old is she?
I don't know. She was like a little bit older for sure, but she was on something.
What
I was like,
man? I don't know. Have I ever gotten no? What would make her so confused about that? About an A&W? Like you everything's orange.
yeah, I
Like
know. And like McDonald's is like what, red and white or
or
something like that,
red and yellow.
or red and yellow.
Damn. But
Yeah, but in terms of a Karen story, if I can remember on the top of my head, like it was at A&W again,
mhm.
and I remember.
You've experienced nothing in champs yet?
I mean, champs, like I get a couple Karens, but it's just like it's not even that bad. Like if anything, if there's a Karen, oh, like I get a lot of Karens like just at the door nowadays. Like if I'm working at the door, like, oh, why do they get to come in before I do? I'm like, they're employees. Like
Nah,
a lot of people ask that.
that's normal.
Like it's an employee. Like if they can go through, like they're
Oh
allowed to.
yeah, of course. What do you
Yeah, it's
mean?
like they work at that store. They get privileges, right?
Yeah.
But when it came like to NW, I think the worst one I had was like I was working cashier. I remember I woke up on the wrong side of the bed,
Hmm.
and it was a morning shift, and it was like breakfast service. I'm like, uh, and like this like lady with like maybe 4 or 5 children, her and like her husband comes in. I just remember like, okay, how I it starts off really good. It starts off amazing, right?
Hmm.
Like it was like a good, like it was a good, like I was having a nice conversation. Like, oh, like, what are you guys doing here in the morning, like so early? And then it was like, oh, we're like, they're going on a trip. And I remember like I make a mistake on the order, and then she flips off. Like I say, like I'm like repeating the order. I'm like, excuse me, you didn't do this, this, and this. I'm like, oh, my bad, my bad. And then she's like, I'm like, I'm like, I want, I want, I want like a free like apple pie. I'm
Hmm.
like. I haven't even like charged you yet, and they're already asking for like an apple pie from me. I'm like,
Wait, so how did you get it wrong then?
exactly. I'm like repeating the order to
Oh,
her to like make sure I'm right, cause like after large orders, I'm like, and she's like, I want a free apple pie. I'm like,
but
I
she didn't pay for it yet.
yeah, I know. And I'm like, I haven't even charged you. I haven't even pressed debit or credit for you yet. And she's like, I want a free apple pie. And I'm like, okay, let me talk to my manager real quick. I'm like, I haven't made a mistake yet. Like, I'm like explaining to my manager, like, I haven't made a mistake yet.
Oh,
Like
oh,
this, like,
oh, dude.
I remember my
Uh,
manager like backs me up to like,
oh, dude, that's the best
she
feeling in
comes
the
by.
world.
She comes by and's like, yeah, we can't give this to you unless we actually did make a mistake or something
Yeah,
like that, right?
man.
And then she's like, and like she like left, like she got her food and like kind of like sat down and was like in a sour mood the entire time.
Hmm.
I'm like, it's nothing I can do.
Hmm.
I mean, I wasn't even in the wrong in that
So wait,
situation.
did you have to
So
give her an apple pie?
no, 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 no. Oh, once the manager comes in and says it, like, nah, nah, nah.
Yeah, dude. The second place that I worked on, well, this goes on with the Karen store, but second place that I worked on was Zara. I think there's the only Karen places that or the Karens that I got. The most, the most Karens I got in my retail history was in Zara.
Hmm.
But I think one situation in particular. So I don't know, cause okay, so this is what happened. It was like closing time, right? Usually we want to get people out. So we usually close at 6, if I remember, in Zara. And usually want to get people out by like 5:55 so we can like clean up and close doors, right? Um it was 6:55, so you like technically the doors are still open for anything. You know,
Technically.
someone was knocking on the door because like usually we already close them like manually and we let
Yeah.
whoever's still in the store we let them out. So this girl was knocking like, please, I came all the way from Whistler, blah 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 blah. um she wanted to return like an item, right? And she was I wanted to let her in just because, like she's like I can understand where she's coming
Yeah.
from. Like, you know what I mean? But my manager didn't want to let her in, right? So the manager tells me in the walkie like, just close the door, just close the door." And then she insisted to talk to the manager. The manager comes in and she's like, "Yeah, just do the return." Right? So she did the return, she came out. This is not really Karen's story now that I'm looking at it, but I think this is one of the moments where um no, let me just explain it. So she came out, she talked to me like, let me know who your manager is, because you were like, she talked to me, she was like, you were the one who wanted to let me in and return my item because the situation. So she wanted me to tell her what the manager name was, just so I could
Yeah.
snitch on him, just because like technically the store wasn't closed, right? And she wanted to do return, she wanted to complain basically, but
Yeah.
I couldn't really I can't really tell his name just because I can't give out that information. Anyways, the lady left. This is the one of the situations where a manager is like come up to me and like um talk down to me. He literally came up to me, he's like, "Yeah, do you want this to happen again?" and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I can't be in the wrong here if we weren't close. Just because you wanted
Yeah.
to just because you wanted to leave early just so we can clean up early, right? But yeah, it felt kind of good getting back on that manager just because I feel like he didn't really like, he just wanted the like, he was very he just wanted to make himself, he just wanted to go home early, if I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I don't think in Zara, I think I don't have any like good stories other than like for Karen stories, as other than
Like the
uh
typical stories that you get, like,
like just
oh,
complaining about returns, complaining about like how like they don't have receipt, like,
yeah,
man.
the most annoying ones are the receipt ones, I would say. Like, I hate it when I have to like deal with someone like who's like, oh yeah, I want to return this or exchange this or get my money back, but I don't have a receipt. I'm like, so you came knowing that you don't have a receipt?
Let me just reiterate that whenever we sell you items at the store, we tell you tags intact, receipt, if you want to do a return or exchange.
Yeah, like if you want like a full exchange and refund, it's like like a full return has to be receipt and tagged. But if
Oh,
you don't have it, it's just like,
I don't remember you telling me that. Oh, it's on the receipt, ma'am. And then like they just come up with like these lame excuses like, oh, it's so small like to read. I'm like, oh man, those are the most annoying ones. But there's one time where my general manager in Zara had a screaming match with like this lady, and let me get this straight. It's like it's in West Van,
yeah,
and in my general manager's experience, when he worked in that West Van Zara location, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it doesn't matter anymore. Um, he called like the people from West Van entitled.
yeah,
Like I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what he meant, but I guess what he meant was like they like they have like they're rich and like they can have whatever they want. But anyways, this lady had a scream match with my general manager. It's not the screaming match that disgusted me. It's the fact that she had her baby right next to her, like on her arm. Like I could never imagine like you'd be screaming just for like a return, um, in front of your baby. And yeah, I just can't. Like I don't know what gets you so fired up. Like I feel like it's your fault in the first place for not like one thing too. Like they come after the 30 days or whatever,
oh yeah.
like to do that
Like
shit.
if it, I like we can override that sometimes if
Oh
they're
yeah.
like a day or like a
Oh
two,
yeah. Yeah.
like we just missed it. It's like,
But if
okay,
it, I think she was like 2 months in. Yeah, I'm like, but she just kept on arguing. Like she kept on arguing like it hasn't been used, blah 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 blah. but we couldn't like there was no tags, but she had the receipt, but we couldn't tell which item it was just because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But
Yeah, what I don't like either, like when working in retail, is like when they ask for like one tax.
mm-hmm.
You know what one tax is? Like,
Yeah,
it's like for like children.
yeah.
But I hate it when they ask it in like a really rude way. Like
Explain.
I get this a lot of champs, so I'm like I think being generous, like whoever works there, or like any mall or any retail store goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to deal with a lot of different people, right? A lot of like whack like personalities, like sometimes I don't
Yeah.
even want to like talk to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if people ask me without even saying like oh, can I have one tax? Like if they ask like that, right? Then it's like, oh, by the way, if they like say, oh, I'm like buying this for like like my niece or like my brother, my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if I can have one tax. If they can ask it like that rather than like say one tax me right now, like
Yeah.
do it for me right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can do that, but it's just like it
Look,
just puts me in a
where is this coming from?
I'm
Like,
like, yeah, like it just puts me in a bad mood when I'm like
yeah.
having to do one tax
Mm-hmm.
for a person I don't even know and they're just giving me attitude right on the spot. I'm even asking sometimes like, "Oh yeah, so you're getting like a size 8." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever size there is." Like, look at the box. I'm like, "Well, sometimes like work like sometimes we could make a mistake with boxes. Sometimes you could have put the wrong size in the box. Like,
Yeah.
if I wasn't helping you then like I wouldn't know what your size is, right?"
Have you ever had um just these like it sounds I sound like a boomer saying this, but like, have you ever had like those teenagers that just straggle in the store just to hang out?
Oh, dude, like I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah.
There's probably a group of maybe like what, 6 or 7 kids.
You have
And
your
it's like
phone in
and
front of you?
huh?
You have your phone in front of you?
No, I have this.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's like something I'm fidgeting with, but
Okay.
like it's like 6 or 7 kids, like or something like that, right? Like teenagers. Like most of the time, it's like they come in. It's like one kid's like, "Oh yeah, oh look at these, it's so fire, so heat." Like, I'm like okay,
But you
okay,
just know they're never gonna buy anything, right?
exactly. They never do.
Dude.
They hold on to these shoes. Like we're trying to get sales, right? We're trying to get our rep up, like as like an individual. Like we're trying to get noticed sometimes. Like get MVP. That's what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Like so when I want to like get sales, I'll try. But like most of the time, I know that like okay, if I ask them, they'll be like, "Nah, bro, I'm just looking."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Nah, I'm not gonna." I know the rest of them are just sitting down while one person's actually looking for them.
Yeah.
Like I remember like there's like the most recent ones like maybe 5 or 6 kids like come into the store and like probably grade 10. They grab onto like a pair of like Jordan 1s or like Air Forces and they're like, "Yo, bet like what are the odds I get these right now?"
Oh,
And then
dude.
and then like he loses the bet or loses the odds and he's like, "Nah, dude, I'm broke, man. My mom won't let me."
Oh, dude.
I bring out like maybe 3 or 4 pairs of shoes for
Yeah.
these guys. I'm like, "Come on. These boxes are hard." I'm like, "The back room is tall and I'm a short guy. Like, come on."
I never understood, like, even now, or maybe I never understood why back then I used to hang out in the malls so much, or like just a window shop.
Yeah,
Like,
like
so,
I like window shopping. Like I don't mind looking at items, but if I really don't like it, I won't get it. But if I know if it's in what's in the store
yeah, yeah.
and like I still window shop, then what's the point?
Aren't you the
It's a
same
waste
thing
of
then? Aren't
time.
you said the same thing as these kids?
Nah.
Yeah.
Because like they like I know like these kids come in at least once or twice a week.
Oh, oops. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not talking about a specific group, but I know they for sure come in or like go to another champs. It's like
yeah.
nothing changes from one location to another. We have the
Mm,
exact same stock. It's
yeah.
just different employees, right?
But yeah, I
Like
these kids, man, they just come into the like now I work at Urban Outfitters. Like they just come into the store just to. Usually, it's a two it's a 2-story like store, right? And they just hang out
mhm.
by the stairs and like be on their phones. What are you guys doing here? Like, don't you have anything better to do? Like
Yeah,
that's what they can do here in Vancouver. Just hang out in malls, dude. Like, What are you guys
I
doing?
mean, like, it's such a nice place. Like, just to go out.
Do you like Ivan? Like, if you looking back now, like I could have done something way. I could have like,
We could have done so much more
yeah.
because
Well,
we
actually,
were
oh wait,
we used to hang out in the mall all the time.
no, we didn't hang out the mall. Well, this is probably for another time. But we were like our big, like our Lonsdale to like Big Pete's.
Oh yeah, that's definitely another time. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it's been yeah,
Um,
it's 55 minutes. Or yeah,
yeah, but I think I think we can both agree that like wherever we are now with our retail experiences, this is our last job in retail.
oh yeah,
Like this is our last
yeah.
job. Like
Before yeah.
before we go into our actual like careers or whatever, this is our last job.
But
Like
wouldn't you agree that like doing these retail jobs, like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of skills that I actually learned, like
oh yeah, 100%.
like teamwork and like how to deal with like people. I feel like dealing with the people is like such a helpful thing these days.
How to deal with people in a calming
Oh
manner.
yes, how to control yourself, right?
Like you can't lash out on someone like randomly, right? So
But
like,
inside, dude,
but
you
inside, it's like sometimes you really want to,
yeah,
but
you
you
just
really can't. Like right,
oh man,
like. And it kind of like, but it's a good thing because you really never know where why someone's acting a certain way.
yeah.
So if like if you lash
But
out, you
also,
might even
why? Like, why?
yeah, like that's true. It's just like why?
Like, why do you have to be such a dick to me today? Like, you know what I mean?
I
But
think like sometimes like when we're in a bad mood at champs, like we'd be like, why are people at the mall at like 10 in the morning? That's something like when it's not holiday season, when it's just a regular day, that is something I just don't understand. Like if they're on break or something, yeah, if they're window shopping because they're on a break, I can understand. But if they're genuinely there to get something and they don't know what they're getting, I'm like, what?
I
Why?
feel like I should have asked this from the beginning. But what was the purpose of you? Because I wanted to go to the urban barn just so I can see if I like um interior design. But like, was there a purpose for you to be in NW? You just wanted money.
I just need a job.
Oh, okay.
If I didn't get a job, I wouldn't have been able to go out.
Oh, what do you mean go out?
Cause like I think around that age, like my siblings were telling me stop asking for money, just like get a job already.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah.
no, like most of the time when when something new happens, it's like my siblings will say, "Can you get your driver's license already? Like we don't have to drive you around."
Mm,
That's how I got my N, and that's the same thing. I go why I got my job. Like get a job already, so you don't have to ask money from
okay.
like our parents, or, like mom, and dad. So it's just like I guess it's easier that way, I guess, because it's like control of your own things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean,
Yeah.
those are two different things. You have money, like mine's like I just need money. Yours is like maybe interior design might be an option.
It was a work experience. Anyways, um. No, I like this conversation was good, and I'm glad we actually did it today, and we have an episode this week. We're gonna come back next Sunday again. The reason why I want to wrap it up because you were lagging out a little bit there.
I was.
Yeah, and I was scared because like if you the cat
I'm at
cat
20. I'm at 20 ping right now, so like that's pretty good.
okay, but anyways, thank you guys for listening again. Um, dude, I feel like in this week I should have worked on like putting up on Spotify and all that stuff. We'll get to it once I'm done school, but which is in March. But
Yeah.
thank you guys for listening. This is Before You Know It with Jude and Ivan.
This is before you know it with Jude and Ivan. You can like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
Um, we haven't been streaming on Twitch in a while, but follow us
wait,
on our Twitch.
wait.
It's in the description.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, internet problems. It's internet purely
These are
internet
such a
problems.
first world problems, man. Like, come on, come on. But
Yeah, but if you also our socials will be down below, so if you want to give us a follow on those, we'll be there too.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.